Are you after a sturdy wallet that can take a hyper beam, look cute like a Gardevoir, and be slim like a Sudowoodo? Well, I got you covered. Introducing the Ridge Wallet. A slim, sexy way to carry around your cards and cash. I've used the Ridge Wallet for over 69 years now. The Ridge Wallet comes in a variety of styles to suit your everyday needs. These are some of the wallet styles I like the best, like the carbon fiber, the titanium, the gold. Really nice, cool designs to make you stand out. They also have some neat products to complement your wallet, like a bottle opener, pens, backpacks, charging, knives, you name it. You can get 10% off your purchase today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/PIMPNITE. Yes, that's right, ridge.com/PIMPNITE, and use code PIMPNITE, link in the description of the video. Cheers, Ridge, for the channel sponsor. What's up, it's you? For today's video, we're with full shiny black Pokemon team. 3 years ago, I did this team, and I tell you what, it's time for a revamp, because half of these Pokemon aren't even in the game. If you want to check me out on Twitch, that's where I do all my live streams. Let's get into today's battles. I got a triple battle special. I'm feeling a lot better now. My cold has gone, mostly about 95% of the moment, maybe 98%. Okay, the first battle, this one was on the Wycombe. This is against Cena. I can't see the trainer though, if you know what I'm saying. Now, the first Pokemon here we got is a Dedenne, and I've got Charizard here. Now, I want to use the rare shiny orange Charizard, but I decided to go for the normal one, right? Now, this Charizard set is really scummy. Listen up. Substitute, Roost, Fissure, and Attract. It's pure scum. So what you want to do, right, is you want to go max health EVs and max speed, right? And I gave it Jolly Nature. So putting that sub up, I did detect some scum from that Dedenne, and it went for a nuzzle, right? It was trying to nuzzle closely to me, but don't worry. I'm going to go for an Attract afterwards. Now, what is going to happen, right? I'm not going to get paralyzed, and my substitute is going to remain up. So I can go for the Attract there on the Dedenne. I mean, I want to nuzzle up close to me like earlier on, so I thought I'd return the favor, all right? So Denne's going to have a little bit of love thrown its way, and what I could do, right, hopefully I'll get an Infatuation, and that'll allow me to go for the Fissure. Unfortunately, Denne's going to break through my love, come on! And it's going to be able to break my substitute with the Parabolic Charge there. So their set I can see is a Nuzzle Parabolic Charge Life Orb set, which is pretty good, bro, because Parabolic Charge heals the damage, obviously, that the Life Orb is doing. So I miss with the Fissure. Dedenne is going to be able to get another Parabolic Charge, it's getting through my affection. Man, what's going on today? I can't even get one Attract Infatuation. So not Pikachu, he's back to full health, almost back to full health after the Life Orb. I'm going to throw the Roost up here. I need that Roost, right? I've got to remove that Flying type too, right? So Charizard is going to get over half health back there, and Dedenne hopefully gets, infatuated, and it does this turn. Thank goodness. What I'm going to do now is go for the Fissure. It's going to miss. I really need a Fissure hit here because that's all Charizard can really do. And I get another turn of Infatuation, which is very, very good. Fissure is going to miss again. I'm hoping I don't get hit by a Parabolic Charge here, and I get 3 turns of Immobilized by Love, and then I get a Salty Fissure, and Dedenne is going to go right into the center of the earth. And it's going to be Dedenne, you know what I'm saying? So that is down. That's a nice little lead from my Salty Fissure Charizard. You got to try this one out, people. Next Pokemon is, wait, it's a Charizard, but it's a Cramorant. I can't control my feelings. I love Cramorant. So I've got to swap the Charizard out there, right? Because I'm feeling like a Surf's probably coming my way. I'm going to go into Palisand here. I've got a Water Compaction Scummy Ancient Power set with Assault Vest, right? So here comes a Surf, and I take that like an absolute boss, right? So getting Water Compaction up. Now, Water Compaction is going to boost my defense by 2 stages. This set is a Scorching Scum, Ancient Power, a Giga Drain Sludge Bomb set. Max health and max health and max defense. It's very bulky. Here comes a second Surf from the Cramorant here. I'm able to live that one. You know, I got a funny feeling here. Why is Palisand weak to water, right? It's literally a sandcastle. Waves crash into it. It should be able to resist that sort of stuff. Anyway, old Cramorant's got a fish in its mouth. It's got to spit it at my sandcastle. It's like when you set up this beautiful sandcastle on the beach, right? And this 3-year-old kid runs along and just stamps his feet and crushes your castle and then crushes your dreams. Has that ever happened to you? It happened to me. I was like, I don't know, it's like 3-2. Anyway, the next Pokemon we're going to bring in here is Alcremie. This is a Misty Explosion, Misty Terrain, Fake Tears Recover set. What you want to do, right, is you want to firstly go for the Misty Terrain, right? And that is going to boost the power of the Misty Explosion. So here comes another Surf on the Cramorant. Doesn't do a lot of damage, and I'm going to set that up. Now, what you can do, right, is you can go for the fake tears, right? That is going to drop the opponent's special defense by 2 stages. So you know, right, Misty Explosion is going to drop super hard. Now, the item I gave the Alcremie is Misty Seed, right? That's further going to bolster my special defense. Here comes a Scummy Ice Beam to try and freeze hacks me. It doesn't happen, and I can go for a free Misty Explosion here, which is going to be 150 base power under the terrain. That's actually looks really, really cool too. So Charizard, Cramorant is going to faint, and we're going to get a double KO there. I wanted to use purely an exploding cake, because if you think about it, cakes explode all the time. Next Pokemon to come in here is the Regieleki. Now, this was content, right? Just feast your eyes on this. Now, I was thinking here, right? Now, Charizard might be able to get a Fissure off me. It'll be amazing, right? So I went for Fissure, and I outsped Regieleki. I'm like, what? How did I outspeed that? Anyway, just keep watching. Regieleki's going to go for a Wild Charge here, right? So Charizard's going to get destroyed. Not much I could have done there, right? I mean, I could have landed a Fissure, but it never happened. So some recall on the Regieleki. Next Pokemon I'm going to swap in here is my Cursola. It's a Choice Band bulky set, right? With Adam Nature. Now, I went for Poltergeist because I was very interested to see what item this would actually be. So I clicked Poltergeist button. I knew this would do a lot of damage. I felt like I could easily live. I outsped the Regieleki because Regieleki has got Lagging Tail. Lagging Tail Regieleki only on Pimpnite's channel. Like, you wouldn't even read about it. So Regieleki's going to get one shot there by the Poltergeist. I'm not sure why they had Lagging Tail on that, but I give them the Pimpnite seal for that one. That was very, very good. I very much laughed at that. So in comes in Lycanroc here. It's going to hit me with a crunch. It does a lot of damage. I am max health though, and Perish Body is going to come into effect here, right? The funny thing is, right, I went for the Poltergeist and I saw their Focus Sash. I was like, oh, I know they're going to live on 1 health, right? Because I'd already seen what their item was. It's like pre-Galaxy Brain stuff. So anyway, the Lycanroc is going to be living there. It can finish me off with another crunch, and Cursola is going to faint. The Misty Terrain has disappeared from the field too. But that was pretty fun to run a physical Cursola set. It's got some pretty interesting physical moves there. It will be back to troll later on the 2nd and 3rd battle. So 2 turns left on the Perish Body. We're going to slide into Tapu Lele, another really cool black shiny Pokemon, right? Now, Tapu Lele is going to be a physical set. I couldn't help myself. Now, Tapu Lele now gets Play Rough, right? So I was so excited about this, you know? I was very, very excited. So we got a Psycho Cut, Play Rough, Giga Impact, substitute Lychee Berry set. So go for the Psycho Cut on the Lycanroc, and it's going to be going down. That's very, very good right there. Out of all the... Actually, when I'm comparing this shiny black team to my first one, I think I might like these shinies even better. Now, the next Pokemon is Decidueye. I've got my options here going for the Substitute or going for a Psycho Cut, maybe a Crit, maybe something like that if I get lucky. And now my opponent is going to go for a Dynamax Decidueye. Big double D. Sometimes you've got to go for the double D, if you know what I mean. So we got a Decidueye here. This thing can probably hit me for 1 shot with a Ghost type move. So I went for Substitute. I thought, well, if I can keep going for Substitute here, I might be able to get rid of their Dynamax and then hit them hard and fast with the Psycho Cut. You know what I'm saying? So getting that sub up, very, very good. The only thing I was worried about was a Max Airstream. Now that's exactly what they did. Naughty, naughty. So that's going to break my sub, and it's going to allow them to outspeed me the next turn. So my hopes and dreams are sort of crushed for stalling out the Decidueye's, all 3 of the Decidueye's Dynamaxes there. Well, I can at least get rid of 2, and then I outsped it with Psycho Cut. I'm like, what? I didn't even expect to do that. And I went for Psycho Cut just for some damage, right, in case I live. I could have got another sub off there. I don't even know what's going on with the EVs of this opponent's team. It's crazy. But it doesn't end there. Next Pokemon we got is the Rayquaza, right? And this is a scummy Rayquaza. You're gonna love this one. I have run something similar to this before, but this is on the verge of like the scummiest set I've ever used for it. Twister, Thunder Wave, Bind, and Swagger. Now, I really don't want to Dynamax this Pokemon. I'll be honest with you. I want to like scum out the opponent with Twister, but I gotta go for Dynamax Shiny Rayquaza with Twister Max Wormwind, right? I gotta do it, right? Now, the EVs on this Rayquaza are as follows. I've got max speed and max special attack, and I've also got timid nature, because I want to hit them hard and fast with a nice, good quality Twister. So go for the Dynamax here. First things first, right, I want to go for a max guard. Let's block that last attack of the Decidueye, so it won't get any more speed boost or attack me with Max Phantasm. and then it'll be right for the plucking with a nice old Twister, right? In Dynamax, of course. And also, I can actually drop his attack, too. So now we're going to go for the max Whirlwind. I still outspeed the Decidueye. Maybe it's like some crazy bulky set. It doesn't really do a lot of damage. Let's be real. It's coming off Twister and Rayquaza's special. I mean, it's not all that bad, but it's Twister, right? Next move they're going to use is Spirit Shackle. Does donkeys. I did drop their attack, and of course, I am in Dynamax as well. So I can go for another attacking move here. It could be a max Whirlwind. Decidueye's got Sucker Punch too, which is interesting, and that does 2 damage. Rayquaza can take it out with a max Rayquaza, listen to this. Rayquaza can take it out with the max Rayquaza. I did it again. That should be almost be the top comment in the video. I'm not sure. Next Pokemon we got is Boba Fett. This is gonna be content. Now, I gotta watch myself here, because if I go for a sneaky Twister, it pops a Mirror Coat, I'm cooked. So I gotta go for the Thunder Wave here. Get that up going, right, on the Wobbuffet. Now, Wobbuffet can really only do Mirror Coat or Counter. That's all I could do, or maybe a Scummy Destiny Bomb, right? So Mirror Coat's gonna fail. So what I did, I took this opportunity to give Wobbuffet a big squeeze there with the bind. So it's trapped in, right? I mean, that's all I could do. So we got the Mirror Coat, it gets through the paralysis. That's fine. So what I want to do is I want to paralyze this. I want to get Parafusion all at the same time. And I want to go for Twister to try and get a flinch right. So while Wobbuffet, it's got its attack raised, which is fine. I really just wanted to get the confusion out of me. So now we got a beautiful Parafusion there. So hopefully Wobbuffet won't attack me at all, right? And it got paralyzed this turn, which is fine. Not that I did any attacking moves. So we got the bind up doing nice residual damage. We got the paralyze, so maybe stopping Wobbuffet attacking. And we got the Twister with maybe a flinch stance, right? So I got all this scum going at once. Then it snaps out, and then it pops a Mirror Coat on my Twister. Almost takes him out. Holy smokes there. So this is desperate, right? If I go for Twister right now, it might live. So I went for Swagger instead. I had to play it smart, people. I had to play it very smart. So I gave the Wobbuffet another confusion, right? It won't be able to get through all 3 of these things, right? And it's gonna hopefully just hit itself with confusion, right? And it got through everything with Mirror Coat again. So I was glad I didn't attack it this time. What I can do, right, is now I can go for a Twister because it's only on a little bit of health and finish off the Wobbuffet. I mean, the Bobbuffet right there. And that, my friends, is the first battle. Thank you for the battle, whoever that was, a Cena, John Cena. Maybe it's Senna. I'm not sure. Cena. I couldn't see the trainer anyway. Thank you for that. That was a really, really cool team there. Lagging Tail, Reggie, Lecky, Onion, PIMPNITE, Shum. That's where you find this content, people. Next person is Tristan Trevenant. All right, now this was an interesting battle as well. Now the first Pokemon we got here is a Blissey. Like that Blissey. As soon as I see like Blissey right now, I think of those 4 protects. It lives rent-free in my head. If you haven't seen that video, well, you better see that video. Now we got Charizard. I'm going to see if I can get this going again. What I'm going to do, right, I detect scum. So I'm going to go for the Substitute. Got that Thunder Wave. Play like a fiddle. So easy, right? Now what I could do is to go for the Fissure. However, we got the Blissey swapping out here. This was actually on the Y-Comp. It was against a random person too. So this was a very, very funny battle. Now, Slowbro's going to slide in here. I gave Slowbro a little bit of the old 1, 2, 3, right? And now it's going to be infatuated. So I can go for a Fissure. So Fissure, I've got Leopard Berry as the item too, if I didn't mention that. And if I burn up all those Fissures, Leopard Berry will kick in and I'll get all my PP back. You got to get your PP back after it goes down, right? So now we're going to go for another Fissure. It's going to miss on the Slowbro. Hopefully Slowbro doesn't break my sub, right? And it's going to get immobilized. That's beautiful. That's going to allow me to keep going for Fissure over and over again. Fissure finally lands and Slowbro is going to join Deadney in the center of the earth there, which is very, very good. So a very good quality start to the battle here. And I've still got my sub up too, so I can still freely go for the Fissure. Unfortunately now, another Charizard comes into the battle. First we had like a Cramorant, then we had another Charizard, and they're so salty, they've gone for the G-Max, like Charizard right off the ripper, right? So I can't do anything. I'm laughing because, you know, they literally Dynamax their Pokemon just to get rid of this horrible Charizard team. So it's a G-Max Charizard, wow. And it's also shiny too, wow. Shiny orange team. I've got to include Charizard too. So what I thought is, let's go for a Roost here, right? Let's get my health back. At least I might be able to stall 1 or 2 turns of the Charizard off, right? So Charizard is back to full health. So everything's pretty good at the moment. I can't hit the Charizard at all. Like, I can't do Fissure. I wish this learned Smackdown. That would have been a good move to use on it too. So it's going to go for the max Airstream there, and it's going to boost its speed by 1 stage on the Charizard, right? So it's going to be able to outspeed me easily this turn. I was like, okay, let's go for Roost, but I outsped it. It's like the last battle. Like, what are these kids running? Anyway, so here comes another max airstream there, and it does over half my health. So like, okay, fair enough. Now they're going to outspeed you, right? And they're going to go for another max airstream. So I guess the best thing that came out of that, like, my Charizard took the Slowbro out, and it forced their hand to Dynamax their own Charizard. So, you know what? I couldn't have hoped for a better result than that. So, bye-bye, Charizard. You did an amazing job there. Now, the next Pokemon to bring in here is going to be my Palisand. This Palisand's got that Ancient Power, and Ancient Power will hit really hard on Charizard. Should easily take it out, even with no special attack EVs. Hopefully, right. Now, Charizard's going to go for Dragon Dance. What is this set? So, it's got Dragon Dance, a flying move. I've got to assume it's probably Air Slash. And, yeah, it's an interesting set. We're going to go for the Ancient Power here on the Charizard. It actually wasn't enough to take it out. And it's about 3/4 damage, right? Then it uses Dragon Breath. What is this? This a Dragon Breath, Dragon Dance, Charizard with a possibly Air Slash, and I get paralyzed. Anyway, so we're going to go for another Ancient Power here, and the Dragon Breath Charizard is going to go down. Maybe that Charizard thought to itself, I just want to be a dragon. Anyway, it's going to be funny, and the next Pokemon is this Blissey, right? The Blissey from the start. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I'm going to probably do about 2 damage, so I got to swap the old Palisand out. Now we're going to go into the Corsola here, because I've got this Self-Destruct raring to go, right? Now, the Blissey's going to pop the Stealth Rock up on my swap there, which is kind of bad, but I guess it's better than a kick in the face. And now, right, Blissey is going to go for a Thunder Wave, so I'm paralyzed. That's okay. I pretty much just want to get a Self-Destruct or a Revenge. In the end, I decided to go for a Revenge Corsola, because I thought that'd be pretty good. Now, Blissey is going to go for an Icy Wind there. It's going to land on Corsola. It doesn't do a lot of damage, so my speed's going to be really low now, right? And I get paralyzed 2 turns in a row, so I could have got 2 Revenges off the Blissey. Now, Blissey, knowing it obviously can't do a lot of damage to me, is going to swap out and go into Ninetales, right? Now, Ninetales is going to put its Drought up on the field. I went for Revenge here. I was feeling the Revenge should do a pretty good chunk of damage, right? So off we go there, spreading my big coral arms out. Does pretty good quality damage to the Ninetales. Now, I was like, okay, I'm locked into Revenge. Probably not the greatest in the world here. Ninetales is a little bit scary for my team, so what I'm going to do is go for the Dynamax Corsola, right? And then I can go for a Ghost-type move, so I'm not locked into my choice band, right? The EVs on this Corsola were Max Health and Max Dag Adamant Nature, so it was pretty good. It was pretty bulky on the special side, too. So Ninetales is going to throw a nasty pop. Like, I had a little feeling it might do that. And now if I land any sort of move against this, we'll definitely take out the Ninetales easily, right? So Max Phantasm, I'm going to hit it with a Teapot, a Gumboot, and something else, and it's going to go down there. So very, very good. So Blissey's left, right? And that's the 2 other Pokemon aside from the Blissey. Out comes the Blissey. I really disguised my move there well, too. And it's going to go for a Soft Boil. They try to stall me out. I went for a Max Knuckle here. It's coming off Revenge. And Blissey gets dominated in one shot there. They must have been running like a special defensive Blissey. Not that its attack is, its defense is really good or anything like that. So that's 4 Pokemon down. Next Pokemon to come in here is Gengar, right? So I've only lost the Charizard so far, so things are going really good. Like, I was dominating. Now, Gengar's going to go for a Shadow Ball here. I thought it might. Doesn't really do a lot of damage to me. And I get paralyzed, which is very unfortunate, because I would have gone for a Max Phantasm there and easily taken Gengar out in one shot. That's okay. I can easily go for another attacking move here, right? But then I thought, nah, they're probably going to go for Shadow Ball again. Let's go into Alcremie, right? And we're going to see if we can get a Misty Explosion off against this. So taking a little bit of Stealth Rocks damage there, Gengar is going to go for a Shadow Ball here. Now I thought, well, Gengar might have Sludge Wave too, right? Or Sludge Bomb, but I feel like I can live that kind of badly and get a Misty Explosion off just for some damage. And I want to see what item it's got. Maybe it might be Choice Right. So here comes a second Shadow Ball on my Alcremie. I just went for Explosion, and if Gengar had a Focus Sash or any item like that, it is most certainly going to be gone. So bye-bye Alcremie. It did pretty good damage when you look at it, right? Did over half health. Very, very nice. So I've got my Assault Vested Palisand to swap in here, right? And I've got that Assault Vest, and I've got almost max health there. So I believe I can easily live at a Shadow Ball, like any day of the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all right? All of those days. Oh, you just learned something. You learn the days of the week with PIMPNITE. Anyway, so we're going to hit by the Shadow Ball there, and I didn't get paralyzed, and I'm able to get a Scorching Scum off, and Gengar is going to go down. So there's only one more Pokemon left here, and this Pokemon was actually pretty scary, right? It was pretty scary to the rest of my team, and that is going to be Venusaur. So Venusaur can be a good bulky sweeper. It's going to be popping a Giga Drain, and Palossand's going to go down. So not much I could have done there. I was happy with Palossand's performance in this battle. So I've got that paralyzed Casola, and I thought, well, I could go for a self-destruct here with Choice Band. It should be enough to finish off old Venusaur, hopefully. So taking some damage there from the Stealth Rock, Venusaur is going to be going for a Growth here. This is kind of bad because Growth and Giga Drain is a pretty nice combination because it can boost its stats and it can use Giga Drain to heal it. Now, unfortunately, I get paralyzed there. They go for another Growth. That's 2 Growth. Man, they were very, very confident there. I popped the self-destruct there. Maybe they didn't think I had a move strong enough to even hit them with, but self-destruct is going to take old Venusaur, and it's going to be hopping right out of this game. Thank you for the battle. I think it was, let me see if I can remember the trainer's name. I can't remember it. Tristan Trevenant, thank you for the battle. Whoever you are, if you do watch this battle, I did thoroughly enjoy you using G-Max Charizard against my Charizard. Let's get on to the third and final battle. This one was against Azul, and we have a very interesting team here as well. This may be a theme team as well, so keep your peepers open. Now, the first Pokemon we got here is Gary Swampert. Now, I was a little bit worried about this matchup because I was thinking maybe I should go for self-destruct, but what if Swampert had damp ability? So we got a Dankus Lariat coming from Swampert. Look at that amazing animation. Almost takes him out there. I live on 11 health. Get that beautiful Perish body off, and I got the self-destruct there. Damp does not kick in. Thank goodness. I would have been very, very salty. And this does a heap of damage. Unfortunately, Swampert's base defense and bulk did save it there, and Casola's bad attack stat. That's okay though, I did put it on a very low amount of health. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap into Tapu Lele here. I've got the Psychic Terrain, which is going to be very, very nice, and then I can go for the Psycho Cut and easy distinguish Gary the Swampert there. And also set myself up maybe for a possible little mini sweep here. So bye-bye Swampert, that's very good getting rid of that. I would have struggled with Tapu Lele there. I reckon Psycho Cut probably would have been a 3 to 4 hit KO. Next Pokemon we got is Alakazam. It's going to wiggle its little finger with a spoon and go for Metronome, and it's going to get Magic Coat. So Magic Coat stops all those statusy style moves there. I'm not going for any statusy moves. I'm going to be going for a Substitute here. So that's a free sub there. But it's okay, it's okay. And Alakazam could do anything here. So you got to watch out for these Metronome sets. They're very, very scummy. So next Pokemon, next move this Pokemon's going to use is a Nasty Plot. That's very bad because Alakazam's special attack is also like really good already. So if I get hit by I could get hit by like a sound-based move. You got to watch out for that. So go for the Play Rough there. Somehow Alakazam managed to live that. Don't ask me how, but it did. Must be like min damage. And here comes a double hit. Double hit could have got around my sub, but it missed. Double hit Alakazam. I love that. So go for the, I think that was a Disrespect Psycho Cut there. And Alakazam is going to be going down. Now, I was in a very good space here. I was getting that nice, easy sweep with Tapu Lele. Physical set, by the way. And in comes Raichu. It writes me a love song, and it gets straight through the sub to shoot with 55 accuracy. Oh, you wouldn't read about it. So now Tapu Lele is asleep, and I'm very, very salty about that. Now, we got the Raichu going for, I'm going to say it's probably going to go for a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch, and it's going to pop that Volt Switch, right? That is going to be able to take my Substitute out very, very easy. Plus, my Tapu Lele is a sitting duck here because it's sleeping, right? Do I keep it in or do I bring it back in for another day? Then Reggie still comes out, mate. Oh my goodness, what can I do to this? I'm thinking about what's on the rest of my team. What can I do? So swapping out my Tapu Lele there, a horrible matchup, and we went into Palossand. Because it's got Scorching Scum, I thought it might be a good idea, right? I only just noticed, like, Palossand, right, when you look at its design, it's got like a little shovel in the top of its head, slowly rotates around. It's really, really cool design. Really, some of these designs are, a lot of thought put into them. Anyway, so I get hit by a couple of flash cannons there, which is to be expected. And here comes the first Scorching Scum. It does about, I reckon it's about a good quality 3 hit KO. Now we got another flash cannon coming from the special Reggie still there. I managed to live the third one, and I get another Scorching Sandal. I would have loved to get a burn there, but it never happened. Actually, when I think about it, all the battles that I did, I think I may have burned the opponent maybe once or twice. Like, it just never happened with Scorching Sands. Anyway, Palossand is going to get knocked over by a wave there, and it's going to faint. Next Pokemon is my Rayquaza. Now, when you look at this matchup, you got to feel a little bit sorry for me, right, when you think about it. All I've got is Twister. Then I was like, okay, Bind is going to be better than Twister. You won't hear too many people say that, right? Bind is going to outclass Twister. So here comes another Flash Cannon. I think this might be choice. Did a lot of damage to Rayquaza there. So I'm going to squeeze that Registeel, and it's doing pretty good damage. So I thought if I can get a Twister flinch off here, Registeel will go down to the Bind, and I'll obviously dodge further damage there. Unfortunately, I did not get a flinch with my Twister, and Registeel is going to be able to get another Flash Cannon off, leaving Rayquaza on a very, very low amount of health. Now, we've got 3 more Pokemon here. We've got the Raichu and 2 others. Next Pokemon to come in here is going to be the Raichu again. So, like, okay, I was thinking to myself, as long as it doesn't have Fake Out, and unfortunately, Raichu is going to clap my Rayquaza. Literally, clap. Now, the next Pokemon to come in is Alcremie. So, you know what? This Raichu needs a good explosion, right? A good Misty explosion. Now, it's going to be going for a Nuzzly. That's going to paralyze my Alcremie, which is unfortunate because I was going to go for Misty Terrain and stop all that scum, right? But to no avail. Now I can go for a Misty Explosion, which will be 150 base power, and it'll easily take out Raichu. There's no way Raichu's going to be able to live this one, right? Now, Misty Seed is going to activate, and that's going to make my special defense even higher. I guess Raichu sort of isn't the greatest matchup in the world now that I'm super bulky into special defense. So they're going to dip, and they're going to bring in the Slowking, which is really bad. Now, I thought to myself, this would actually be quite a good test here. I know that my move obviously resisted, and I might be able to get a fake Tears up and see how much Misty Explosion actually does to a Slowking. This is an Acid Slowking trying to drop my defense there. I went for the fake Tears there, hoping I could live the next hit, and hoping I didn't get paralyzed, right? Now here comes the next Acid here. Acid's a pretty cool, but it hits like 2 Pokemon and doubles, and a chance of dropping a special defense, I believe. And I get a Misty Explosion off only just, and Misty Explosion is going to hit it very, very hard just to take it out there. But a pretty good effort there for damage on the Slowking. Now, the next Pokemon I'm going to swap in here, I'm thinking is going to be my Tapu Lele, right? I'm asleep, but I'm not defeated. So I can go for Psycho Cut and hopefully take this out, and I've got the Psychic Surge too, which will help out against that Raichu's Fake Out, you know? I didn't even mean to rhyme that. So the battlefield is going to get a little bit weird. I'm going to wake up and Slowking is going to go night-night. So bye-bye Slowking. Now we got Raichu left, which I don't know if it's going to come in or not. Or there's one other Pokemon that I'm a little bit scared of, right? And that is going to be Cincino. So Scumarasu or Tiramisu. It's like that coffee dessert you have, right? So we got the Tail Slap just sliding on by Tapu Lele. That does a lot of damage. But I thought I might sneaky swap into Charizard and get the Fissure Substitute going, hopefully, right? So going to Charizard, it was a daring swap, and Tail Slap is going to land this time. So even with Max Health, Charizard gets hit really, really hard, right? It gets absolutely dominated. So unfortunately, Charizard is not going to be the savior of this battle. All I've got left now is my Tapu Lele. I haven't Dynamax yet, though. I haven't Dynamax. So I'm thinking right here, if I Dynamax my Mincino and then hit it with a Psychic type move, Max Mindstorm, that'll easily take this out, right? Hopefully. I mean, it's a physical set, so you think it should be just enough to take it out. And I should be able to live a Tail Slap here because of the power of Dynamax. So hitting that Desperation Dynamax button there, getting myself a quality 218 health. So obviously Cincino is going to be able to outspeed me with the Tail Slap. And there's the first hit. Here comes the second hit, and I'm starting to look at the damage. I'm thinking, oh no. There's the third one, so there's only 2 more. It's getting very, very close here. There's the 4th one. And Lychee Bear is going to activate, which is very, very good. The 5th hit can't crit me, otherwise I'm going to go down. And it doesn't crit me, thank goodness. What I could do right now is I could go for the Max Mindstorm, and Tiramisu is going to be Tiramisu no more. Last Pokemon we got is the Raichu. If I hit Raichu with a Max Mindstorm with +1 under the Psychic Terrain, that should be enough to take it out, right? Hopefully. Unfortunately, it's going to outspeed me and finish me off with a Disrespect Bolts, which that was very, very mean there. Hope you enjoyed all 3 of these battles. Some crazy action there with a shiny black Pokemon team. I'll be back tomorrow with another fresh, new theme team. I hope you enjoyed everything today. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.